Hi guys, I'm not introduced myself. I have this channel. It's called Miller Loves Monks. Like and subscribe and share the video around if you want to. Okay, so I know I talked about this not actually a while ago, but when I moved here, it's called letting things get to you or letting things go. No, I think it's letting things get to you, and this is kind of like a part of that. So we are going to talk about taking things personally. Now, for me, I take things personally. Not like all the time, but maybe sometimes I do. And I'm going to bring this up again. Like I said, this is kind of like the group of paranoid, letting things go, letting things get to you, and taking things too personally. So I take things too personally sometimes, and I kind of like assume the worst. We talked about this in my last video that I did as well. And the only way to control it is kind of like maybe talking about it somewhere, because we overhear things sometimes, don't we? Yes, we do, including me. I overhear stuff because I've got really good hearing ears, and I can hear things. I can hear my mum and Leon talking sometimes, and and yeah, sometimes, because adults talk sometimes about things and people and stuff, and sometimes I overhear those conversations, which I shouldn't. Sometimes I overhear those conversations and I feel like they're talking about me. Now that's being paranoid and taking things too personally and letting things get to you as well. So, yes, I am like that, okay? But I'm kind of working on it. I have to work on it harder, probably. That's what my mum said earlier, so yeah. So we overhear things all the time. Yesterday at school, for example, and we were talking about people, and I was confused because, someone was going on a date with someone and I didn't know who it was and stuff, and it's kind of like we've talked about this a long time ago, confusing, and this is kind of like misunderstandings a little, and yeah, people can get confused, misunderstand sometimes about situations and problems, and talking, and and that leads to taking things too personally as well, and also can kind of like affect your heart. Now, I know I talked about this before. Today, for example, I thought my mum said something, and she was referring to some off TV show, and I thought she was talking about, and I thought, because she told me to shut the door and stuff. So yeah, that's just an example anyway. So I was sad and it hurted my heart. So your heart, I wouldn't say it's the weakest thing, but it's very fragile, and your heart's supposed to keep you alive and healthy and happy. And if you let things get you struck by the heart too easily, it can actually feel wrong inside, because your whole body just doesn't feel right inside, And your heart is like one of the most fragile and weakest things in your body, even though it keeps you alive and it helps you, it pumps your heart and stuff. So yeah, like I said, this is referring back. So like I said, don't let things hurt your heart, because and here's one thing, you can't really control what you're doing. Your body is kind of like a robot machine. Like you can't really, sometimes you can't control things. Like I get that. Like I can't control the way how I feel. Like I can't control the way I worry. I can't control how I feel, how I overthink stuff. I can't control how my heart feels sometimes. So I get it. It's hard. But at the end of the day, you have to be tough enough to say, right, they're just talking about someone else. They're not talking about me, because I know my family loves me. I no one's saying anything bad about me, any under circumstances. And you guys have to understand that as well. Look, we overhear things. Look, we control things sometimes, and we overthink stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just you worrying about nothing. That's what I'm like. I worry about something, and my mom tells me, and I'm like, oh, right. and you don't have to worry anymore, and it's stupid and it's crazy, and I'm working hard on it. So yes, I get that, okay? So my advice would be, don't take things personally, and don't get paranoid, and don't overthink stuff, and you have to kind of like be tough enough to control it a bit. And yes, you are stronger. Your body can fight viruses when you're sick. Yes, your body's tough enough if you have a stomach ache. Yes, your body's tough enough to withstand a headache if you want one, okay? So yeah, your body is stronger than you know. So, you know, you can fight viruses even though it takes a long time. And, you know, your body can fight through this, you know. It's not a virus and not a sickness. It's just you worrying about nothing. And that's how I feel sometimes. So yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.